Hey, how we doing? Hope you're having a fantastic day. Wanted to go live here and talk about words versus actions. That quote from Arthur Gordon, nothing is easier than saying words, and nothing is harder than living them out day after day. So, hey, how's it going? Good to see you, Mike. And just this disconnect that we have between knowing, understanding, and then applying. And as I think about it, the clearest way to describe that disconnect that many of us have is when I think about getting healthy, losing weight, getting fit. You think about that, we all could be personal trainers. You know that, right? Like we could all be personal trainers. How do you get fit? If you go to the doctor and you ask them, hey, I want to get fit. I want to get in shape. They're going to tell you diet and exercise, right? If you go to a personal trainer and you say, hey, I want to get fit. I want to get healthy. They're going to say diet and exercise. We all know, we know this, right? We know what we need to do if we want to get healthy and fit, and it's diet and exercise. We may even understand it. We may understand that there has to be a calorie deficit, right? There has to be a calorie deficit. We have to take in less calories than we burn each day, or make up for it by extra exercise. And so there has to be some calorie deficit if we're going to lose weight and get fit. So we understand these things, but the disconnect is applying. Applying is where the disconnect is, and that's because, chocolate cake tastes better than skinny feels, right? I mean, chocolate cake at 8:00 tastes better than being skinny. That's just, for most of us, how it is and how life is. And so the gap between knowing and then applying, or our words and our actions, there's a huge gap there. Another way, and this just happened to me recently. I schedule posts through different post social media scheduling sites, and I had a post come up in my timeline. It's one of those days where I have a particular quote that I say often, and it's a John Maxwell quote, and he says, "Losers wait till they feel like it, and winners start and let the feeling come." And it was one of those days. It was this week. Okay. I'm just totally being honest with you. It was this week. And I opened up my computer. I wasn't feeling like it. I'm like, I don't want to do anything right now. I don't want to work. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to create content. I don't want to do anything right now. And I opened my computer. I'm like, I'm just going to look at some social media stuff, and bam, what hits me in the face, right? The quote that I post, right? And isn't that how it happens? Your words and your actions, right? The disconnect. Your own words can bite you. They can come back and haunt you at times. When you put them out there, there's a disconnect between our words and our actions. And so, how do we bridge that gap? And there's probably a multitude of ways to do that, but the one way that I believe is stood the test of time, has across the board, no matter what industry, no matter what your goal is, what you're trying to do, if you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to be a better leader, if you're trying to grow as an individual, grow spiritually, no matter what the concept is, this works across the board. And it's getting in a group. It's getting around like-minded people that have similar goals and a similar destination. They want to go the same direction in life. They want to go to a similar place. They have a similar goal. I have a friend that I went to high school with, great friend, and I think last time I saw on social media, he's lost like 110 pounds. What did he do? He got into a group of people, like-minded people that have similar goals of getting fit, getting in shape, and he accomplished his goal. This has been around in the spiritual community forever. We call them small groups. In the faith community, if you're in the business community, many times we call them mastermind groups. but you get around a small group of people, like-minded people that have similar goals as you, and you meet together. I have this in my own life. I get together with some other coaches on Mondays at 4:30, and I have an accountability call before that from 4 to 4:30, and then 4:30 to 5:30 we have a meeting, and just a couple other guys. We're coaches. We're in the same industry. We're working to build our business, and I'm with just some really great guys, so they always up level me. I hope that sometimes I add some valuable content to the conversation, but they always add value to me, and I'm able to come out of that meeting with the best ideas. I come in there, I say, hey, here's a challenge I'm working on. Here's where my business is at. There's accountability built in when you have a group of people around your life. You come back every week, you meet with them regularly, say, here's what I've done, here's the action I took, this is the result I got, and help me out, because I thought I was going to get a different result. What do I do now? And they'll say, great, now you know that doesn't work, try something different. And so I really want to encourage you, whatever goal you're trying to accomplish, a fitness goal, a spiritual goal, a leadership development goal, a personal growth goal, don't do it on your own. Get around a group of people, get together with like-minded people, and bridge that gap between your words, what you say you're going to do, and then the actions that you take and what you actually do. So thanks for the encouragement here. Thank you all for listening in. I hope it added value to you, and I will see you tomorrow.